Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Reading Live. We'll get started here in just a minute. If you can join our Pear Deck, it is NYWJIB. New yards warmly yield juicy bandanas. So NYWYJB. So we'll wait for a few more of you to get on Pear Deck. So again, our Pear Deck code is NYWYJB. If you haven't logged on to Pear Deck, go ahead and get on. NYWYJB. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to go ahead and stop the share of the splash screen. And I'm going to go to the book that we're going to read today and talk about that just a little bit. All right, so we have been talking about poetry over the last week and a half. We started poetry in our small groups. And next week, we are going to start a poem called a haiku. So we're going to write a haiku. So the book that we're reading is called Don't Step on the Sky, A Handful of Haiku. And it's by Miriam Chaikin, and it's illustrated by Hiro Nakata. So the first thing I want to do is I want to see how many of you know what a haiku is. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Pear Deck. And if you don't know what it is, that's okay because you're going to learn about it today. But I'm just looking to see if anyone does know what a haiku is. So again, it's called Don't Step on the Sky, A Handful of Haiku. So what do you think a haiku poem is? And just take your best guess with that. What do you think a haiku poem is? So what do you think a haiku poem is? Let's see what we're thinking. Not sure. Okay, and that's fine if you don't know what it is. You're going to learn about it today. You think it doesn't rhyme? Okay. There's one word. All right, I like the guesses. It is a type of poem. 5 syllables. Wow, I have someone that does know what a haiku is. It's a fun poem. Okay. Here's a 5-line, 4-line, 3-line, and 5 lines again. Okay. Perfect. Up and down poem that has 5 and 7. And don't feel bad if you don't know what it is. You may never have written a haiku before, so I love when I teach you something new. It doesn't rhyme up and down like this. All right, that's pretty impressive. It goes a cultural poem. Okay. It's a poem with different syllables. You are right. It's a poem. Can I tell? It looks like you possibly know it has those beats. Chinese poem to start. It's a poem that does not rhyme. Okay, it's a real thing. I've heard of it before, but you forget what it means. That's okay. The Sky, an artistic poem, high pitch, 3 syllables, 5 syllables per line, a fiction poem. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Cicera. I'm really not sure, but I know in my poetry book, it does have it. You're right. We're going to work on that next week. Probably mid next week, we'll get to the haiku. Different type of poem. It definitely is. Yep. 5 syllables and 7 and 5. All right, boys and girls, it does sound like some of you have maybe written a haiku poem before or you are familiar with it. Okay, so excellent. I wasn't sure if anyone had ever heard of one before, so that's awesome to know that you have. So let's get back to our book. So you are right. Our haiku poem is a kind of an old Japanese type poem. And it does typically go with 3 lines. And within those lines, you have syllables. So when we think of syllables, it's how the word is broken apart. So if I clapped a word out, so I'm going to give you an example. In our book, Top Secret, we've been talking about the word photosynthesis. So when I think of photosynthesis, if I count it out, I'm going to clap, and I'm just going to tell you how many syllables it has. So it's photosynthesis. So it has 5 syllables. If we did Dayton, we would say Dayton. If I did Cincinnati, that would have 4 syllables. So with a haiku poem, we're going to kind of clap out those syllables. Sometimes people tap them on their desk. So they might tap like photosynthesis or something like that. So now, with that being said, of course, as I read through these, I found this book in the library. I thought, oh, it'd be great to find some haiku poems. Well, many of the poems in here don't follow the traditional rule, which is there are 17 syllables total. So you have 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second line, and 5 syllables in the third line, which comes up to your 17 syllables. So we're going to read lots of different haikus, but I will tell you up front, many of the haikus in this book don't follow that traditional rule. The ones that we write, we are going to follow that. We're going to do the 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, and we'll do lots of clapping or tapping on the table to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll just sit back and we're going to enjoy these poems. Now there's something else with a haiku that I didn't tell you about, and I want you to notice the topics of the different poems that we're reading. And one of my Peer Deck questions is going to be, what do most haikus, what are the poems mostly about? That's going to be one of my slides. So I really want you to think about the topics in each of these poems, okay? All right, and we're going to look at something else. I think it's a question, so I can't do. All right, so again, we're going to kind of look at those syllables. I'm going to go back to that because that answers some Peer Deck questions. All right, so some of the ones in this book do, and maybe while I'm reading it, if you want to tap it out, you can see, does that one follow or does that one not? Most of them in the book are the 3 lines, but there are some that are 4 lines in the book. So again, they don't follow all of them. I've got another book that I have in my poetry bin at school, and it's kind of a fun haiku book. If we have time today, I'll read some from there. If not, maybe we'll read that one tomorrow. It's a fun book, and it does follow a little more traditional haiku. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read some of these poems. Early morning, a lone crow on a high post. Caw, caw, empty world. So that's one poem. So think about what that's about. Light gray, dark gray, day asleep, orange, yellow, day awake. So you can see, like, even with this one, early morning is only 4 syllables. So I could say a lone crow on a high post is 7 syllables. Caw, caw, empty world. So that one does more of a 4-7-5, but it's pretty close. This one's a little bit different. This one doesn't follow it at all, especially with the 4 lines. This one only has 2 lines. So this one says, duck glides across pond, water doesn't notice. So again, think of the topics that I'm reading about. No rain, flowers droop, drip, 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 ready to play. So we could again say, no rain, flowers droop, that has 5. Drip, drip, drip would only be 3. And then we have ready to play is 4. So it doesn't have the traditional syllables, but again, they do have the topics that most haikus talk about. An inch of blue ribbon flies in, pipes twice, flies out again. So can you see the bird that's flying in? My favorite, my eyes love geranium. My nose loves freesia. So that one, let's try that one. My favorite, that's 5. My eyes love geranium, that's 7. So if you want to clap them out with me, you can. My nose loves freesia, so that had 5. So this one right here is a traditional Japanese haiku. So then we have lovely lily, alive for only a day. Take good care of yourself. Did you know that this lovely lily is only alive for 1 day? I didn't know that. A cardinal in the yard, my heart stops, a red secret. A blade of grass pushes through cement. Hello, world. Isn't that amazing how strong that is, that it can push its way through the cement? Roots are way down here. Not only caterpillars, buds become flowers, flowers fruit. Bamboo tree, how fast you grow. Yesterday, I was taller than you. So thinking of these, this talked about a bamboo tree. We have caterpillars, grass, the cardinal. We had the bluebird here, geraniums and freesias, different flowers, a lily, ducks. We have rain, flowers. So my next question to you, let me go ahead and go back to our Pear Deck. So my next question is, what are most of these poems about? So if you had to lump them into one topic, what are most of these poems about? And if you know a lot about haikus, you may know what they are generally about. So what do you think most of these poems are about? And you can just take your best guess. We're thinking nature, okay, outside stuff, things we see, nature, the earth in the sky, flowers, nature, all right, things that are natural, things happening in the world, flowers, definitely it has those syllables in it. In winter time, some type of objects, the sky, the earth, about nature. Most of these poems about nature, animals, plants, flowers, all things we would find in nature. Flowers, the outside world. They're about food, nature, flowers, nature, outside stuff. All right, so things outside or nature is what it seems like many of you are thinking. All right, nature, plants, the earth, nature. All right, boys and girls, many of you were like spot on with that. A haiku, like that ancient form of Japanese poetry, not only does it have that syllables, the 17 syllables is pretty typical. Line 1 has 5 syllables, line 2 has 7 syllables, line 3 has 5 syllables, but they are about nature typically. So you can notice with the ones that we're reading here, trees and flowers and birds, those are all part of nature. So they are about nature. All right, we're going to go ahead. Hopefully I gave some more of you a chance to get your answers on there. And I'm going to hide those. And we're going to go ahead and head back to our book. Okay. Put my glasses on so I can read them to you. A grain of rice marches uphill on the back of an ant. You see the ant right there? Slug. Remember that banana slug we saw in our book about the redwood forest where it was like 10 inches? So this is a smaller slug. Slug, be more like your cousin snail. Put some clothes on when you go walking. The birds I hear, their happiness. But where are they? I had to write myself a note for the next page because we're going to do some visualizing. I have a cat. Her name's Nestorium. She's my cat. I'm her person. A brook rushing over stones, the sound of happiness. All right, so I'm going to close this for just a minute. The next poem that I'm going to read, I want you to visualize. So let me get to our Pear Deck and I'll explain what I want you to do. So what I put on the Pear Deck slide is I put a slide that you could draw on. I finally figured out Pear Deck a little bit better. So they have like certain drawing slides that you can do ABC, whatever. So I found a drawing slide and I'm going to read the poem to you. And I want you to draw what you're seeing, what you're visualizing in your head. So see on here, it says, as I read the poem, draw what you see in your head. So I really want you to visualize what you're seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and read this poem to you. The sea runs to the shore. On shore, they run to the sea. Both are happy. So listen to that again. The sea runs to the shore. So think about the sea coming to the shore. On shore, they run to the sea. Both are happy. So I just want you to go ahead and draw what you're seeing. And if you want to add this is a second poem that could go with the picture if you want. So the second poem on this page is called Seagull Flies and Cries, Flies and Cries, All Gulls Come to Look. So maybe you might want to add the seagulls in your picture too. So I thought it would be fun to just draw a picture today. We spend so much time answering questions and typing our responses that I thought, let's do some visualizing today. So again, we have the sea runs to the shore. On shore, they run to the sea. Both are happy. What a good poem as summer is coming. You think about the ocean, the seashore, one of my favorite places to be. And the other poem on this page is Seagulls, Flies and Cries, Flies and Cries, All Gulls Come to Look. What are you seeing in your head as I'm reading that poem? I can't wait to see your pictures. Ooh, a lot of you have already started. I'm going to give you maybe another 30 seconds or a minute just so that you can get your picture done. Because I'd like to see that whole picture. So the sea runs to the shore. On shore, they run to the sea. Both are happy. Let's see, while you're doing that, I'm going to count the syllables. The sea runs to the shore. That one has 6. On shore, they run to the sea. That one has 7. Both are happy. So this one has the 17, but it's just a 6-7-4 instead of a 5-7-5. Then we have seagull flies and cries, flies and cries. All gulls come to look. That one's much shorter. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start looking at your pictures. I can't wait to see. All right, so what do you see? Oh, the seagulls, nice. Oh, I see the water. Awesome. All right. Oh, the sea, the waves, the shore. Nice picture there. All right, you see those waves, people going in, maybe the seagulls. All right, the water, the shore. Awesome. Are you guys having fun drawing? All right, there's the water. Okay. Oh, they look like they're having fun, maybe running out into the waves. That's always fun. Okay. Ooh, there's the water. Look at all that. These are awesome. I see some seagulls flying around there, the water, the shore, some flowers maybe. Ooh, I see a bumblebee. There's the ocean. Beautiful. The seagulls and the water and the shore coming together. Excellent. All right, I can tell that that's the sea and shore. Got some seagulls up in the sky. There are some seagulls. Wow. Oh, I like how you even made arrows. Like it goes out and then it comes back in. Here's the shore. Perfect. Oh, she's making her sandcastle on that on the shore in her swimming suit. Nice job. Ooh, on the shore going out to the sea. Excellent. These are great. You can see the shore, the water. Ooh, is that a wave coming? That's awesome. All right, there's the shore, there's the sea. We see that cool seagull. Nice seagulls flying. Oh, and we put some arrows to show us the direction of everything. There's the ocean and the shore. Ooh, nice. Oh, that's beautiful. We have the shore here. There's the ocean. We've got our seagulls, even either the sun or the moon. I'm trying to think if that's light time. Oh, wow. Look at that seagull. Pretty impressive. These are great. Look at that big wave coming at that child. Oh, good seagull. I like the waves that some of you are putting on here. These are great. The sea is coming. The sand is coming. Oh, they're coming together right there. Nice. Ooh, there they're coming together. The sea and the sand. Ooh, look at that. It looks like a wave. Maybe a shark maybe, or a fish coming out of that water. Boats are super heavy, but they don't sink. All right, they do sink. Declan, you are always full of great information. I will say you share lots of great information with me. All right, so we have looks like the shore, and we have the sea going. We've got the little child there in the water, the seagulls, all of it. Wow, these are great. All right, boys and girls, I'm super impressed with these. You guys did a nice job remembering how to illustrate. There's the shore, the sea. We're out in the sea. We have the seagulls. Nice. All right. So there's the shore. There's the sea. We got a little sun there. A seagull flying. Nice. Oh, we are on the beach. Seagulls. The sun is shining. It looks like a beautiful day to be at the beach. Seagulls, the beach. Awesome. Okay. Here they are going at each other. Okay, nice job. There's the sun, the beach. We put our seagull in there. All right, look at that. These are great. Oh, wow. Wonderful. All right, boys and girls, I like that you even added these extra touches like suns and moons, the seagulls. All right, are we up on a wave, surfing on a wave? That is awesome. These are great. All right, so these look wonderful. Good job. It is, you guys have all seen me draw. You know me, I think you guys do a beautiful job. All right, we have our seagull. Nice. The seagulls, we have the ocean, we have the shore as they're coming into each other, one going, the other one coming. Nice. All right, these look wonderful. Boy, I'm going to say I got a whole lot of you guys that did your pictures on here. Thank you. All right, we're going to go ahead and stop there and get back to our book. That was fun to see you guys draw, to do something different. I enjoyed it. All right, so this is what this picture looked like, which many of you had this. You had the shore, you had the sea, you had the seagulls. Many of you had like people on either in the water or on shore. So again, we have seagull flies and cries, flies and cries. All gulls come to look. The sea runs to the shore. On shore, they run to the sea. Both are happy. I will say that's my happy place. I love the ocean. All right, let's go to our next one. Clouds play tag with skyscrapers. Skyscraper waits its turn, waits and waits and waits. So we have 5 there. I could tell when I was reading waits and waits and waits. So let me see. Clouds play tag with skyscraper. So it looks like that one started with 7. Skyscraper waits its turn. So that has a 7, 6, 5. So a little bit different. Then we have cool skyscraper. The cat sits on her haunches watching the street. How like an eggplant. So I don't know if any of you have ever seen an eggplant, but that does look like the shape of an eggplant. That's great. Orange smokestack moves through the fog, but where is the river? So again, that's not a 575. No. Why is the river running away? I see no one chasing it. Rain at last. How happy the grass is. Me too. I love the rain, but then it means we've got to cut the grass again because it makes the rain grow. But it is nice that grass needs it. And we know, reading our top secret book, it is definitely needed by our plants, right? Rain strikes sidewalk, sidewalk strikes back. It is raining up. So it looks like when it hits, it looks like it's raining up. Can you see those raindrops? Night lights, raindrops on my window, a gallery of diamonds. Look at her looking out. Look at the raindrops. She's thinking that there's a gallery of diamonds out there. It's a pretty picture. And the cat looks like he's enjoying it too. The windows keep me awake all night, arguing with the wind. The moon strolls by my window, looks in, moves on. I like that. The moon strolls by my window. I'm going to read a really cool poetry book tomorrow about the sky and stars and all that. I think you'll enjoy it. Rain, the path that was here yesterday, where did you put it? Look at all the flowers are coming up. And again, we have that nature theme. We have rain, we have like the wind, we have the moon. So all of those follow along with our theme of nature. After the rain, a puddle. Careful, don't step on the sky. Have any of you ever looked in a puddle and you've seen your reflection there? Looks like you're looking right back up at yourself and you can see the clouds and all of that in the reflection. Well, I hope you liked this haiku book. So let's go ahead and finish our Pear Deck slides for this book, and then I might read a couple if we have time. I might just share a couple of them from this other fun book that I have. So this is just a yes or no question. So as we were reading, and many of you noticed, said this at the beginning with the haiku, but did the words rhyme in these poems? So as I was reading the poems, did you hear a bunch of rhyming words like we have in some of our other poems? So do the words in the poems rhyme? All right, so just go ahead and choose yes or no. Do the words in the poems rhyme? Yes or no? I'll give you maybe about 15 more seconds. So did you notice rhyming words in our poems? Let's see what we're thinking. Most of you are thinking no, and you are right. So the things that we've noticed with a haiku. So it's like this ancient Japanese form of poetry. A traditional haiku has the 17 syllables, 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second line, 5 syllables in the third line. It's about nature and it typically doesn't rhyme. So those are the things that we're going to remember when you are writing your own haiku. You're going to make sure that you follow those, that you choose some topic in nature, that you have those 17 syllables, and you're going to, and like I said, you don't have to worry about trying to find those rhyming words. All right, so boys and girls, the next slide that I have. So what topic would you like to write your haiku about? So remember, next week you're going to write a haiku. So what are you thinking? What do you think you might want to write about? And remember, something to do with nature. So when we think of nature, trees and rivers and oceans and birds, and so think of that. So what topic would you like to write about? Now you may decide next week that that's not what you're going to write about, or you might start coming up with ideas and thinking, I was going to write about birds, but now I want to write about a stream, or I want to write about a pond and things I might see in a pond. So you may change your mind, but this is just an idea of what do you think you might want to write about. And as I said, I'm not going to look at this and say, oh, you said this, you have to write about that. It's whatever you're thinking. You can change your mind, no big deal. And just be ready to do lots of clapping or lots of tapping as we're trying to get those 5, 7, 5 syllables in there. All right, I'd like to see what you guys are thinking of. So, ooh, like a bamboo, okay. I like nature, like these poems, okay. Sloths, the beach. Yeah, I probably would write about the beach too. Fresh air, maybe a barnyard on calm days, okay. Maybe India, neat. And you know what would be cool is you could probably teach us some things about that. That's a cool one. Some type of food, trees, maybe a tree, soccer, animals, rainbows. That would be neat because you could talk about the different colors in the rainbow. I wrote my haiku on Mother's Day because it was with the Mother's Day things. And I wrote about butterflies. Those are always fun. All right. Flowers, cats, rabbits. Those are fun. The river. Let's see, maybe the moon. Some type of nature, rain or water. You might have gotten a lot of ideas about water from Splish Splash last week. Oh, the bearded dragon. Okay, that would be fun. Nature like this book. Okay. Yep, and if you're not quite sure yet, that's okay. Maybe flowers or rivers, worms. Ooh, how they're wiggly worms. Might be fun. Not sure yet. Okay, the wind. Strays, not being an animal that sticks together forever. Ooh, you saw 4 strays that were like a pack. Ooh, neat. There's not here today. That's okay. Maybe the beach. All right, I'm glad that you are back. That's okay. We missed you this morning. Unicorns or India. Nice. My birthday because it's near a forest and we were surrounded by trees. Awesome. Ooh, how about the redwood trees? We learned a lot about those. Those are pretty cool. The galaxy. If you're going to write about the galaxy, I think you might like my poetry book for tomorrow. Probably animals, the ocean, football, the beach, dogs, worms. All right. Sounds like you guys have lots of topics that you think you might write about. It's good to see those. All right, boys and girls, we have maybe a couple minutes. So I'm going to show you this other book that I have. Like I said, I wasn't sure if we would get to this, but we're not going to read all the poems in here. And maybe when we get into our haikus next week, we'll read some more because they're kind of fun. But when we read the book Frindle, does everyone remember Frindle out there? Well, Andrew Clements is the author of Frindle, and he wrote this fun haiku book called Dog Coo. and it's illustrated by Tim Bowers. Now, I will say these are more traditional in the fact that they have the 575, but these are called dog coos instead of a haiku, so you can only guess what these are about. So I thought I would read a few of these to you. Especially, I will say lately, I've seen many, many dogs on my screens. So I figure lots of you would probably enjoy these. Of our little dog footprints. Ooh, muddy footprints. All right. There on the back steps, the eyes of a hungry dog. Will she shut the door? So let's see. There on the back steps, that's 5. The eyes of a hungry dog, that's 7. Will she shut the door? So there's our traditional haiku. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. Perfect. All right. Aww. Little dog wants something to eat, so she feeds it. This is a fun picture. Anyone that's given their dog a bath? We used to do that, and then we started taking our dog up to get baths because it was easier. First food, then a bath. The food was a lot more fun. Still, it all feels good. So again, first food, then a bath, 5. The food was a lot more fun, 7. Still, it all feels good. There we go again, that traditional 575. You can see her giving the dog a fun little bath. All right, this one is called Morning Brings Children, Hugs, Licks, Barking, and Laughing, Warmer Than Sunshine. So again, we have that 575. I love it with this one, how it talks about the dogs in it, just with the animals, and they have great illustrations that go along with it. All right, I'm going to read one more, and then I think we're going to take a little break before our afternoon session starts. A dog needs a name. Rags, Mutt, Pooch? No, not Rover. Mooch. Yes, Mooch. Perfect. So that's fun. So like I said, in our small groups, I will go ahead and read some more of these to you guys. I just wanted you to enjoy some of these. Like I said, I've seen lots of animals on our screens, which is a lot of fun. So I'm hoping maybe that last week of school we'll find some time to do a little bit of show and tell with animals or something special that you have. So boys and girls, today for reading, your assignment is to listen to chapter 10 of Top Secret. And we are working on poetry in our small groups. And let's see, whatever Miss Simmons has assigned for you in math. So let's go ahead and take about a 6-minute break, and then we'll start our afternoon session. So you have